welcome back to our podcast. It's been a while now, but welcome back. We've got another special guest here. We've got Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hello, Jack. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. I've got a couple of questions for you. So first of all, Hannah, can you tell us a little about yourself and MK Hair and Wellness?
Of course. My name's Hannah Klewpatinond.
Yeah.
I own HK Hair and Wellness. It's a hair, beauty and wellness space. So I'm with an employed team. So I employ hairdressers, beauty therapists, and then I also have other treatment rooms that we rent out to other specialisms. So acupuncturists, hypnotherapists, all centred around making people's life easier and their overall wellness. We're a little bit different in terms of our business model, which we're really proud about because we're completely inclusive, completely accessible and sustainable. So we recycle 95% of everything that comes into salon, so the hair that we cut off and the foils that we use. And we do a lot of community-based work and training because we want other businesses to be like ours.
Well, very good. That sounds really good. How would you describe the culture and atmosphere you try to create at MK Hair and Wellness?
Because we're an employed team, I have, and obviously I'm the line manager, so I employ and attract employees that have the same values as our brand values.
Yeah.
So our 3 brand values are inclusivity, accessibility and sustainability, and we're really vocal about that. So and our culture is completely centred around that. As a team, I think we're quite fun. We've got a really, I hope my team would describe it as that, and we're really diverse in terms of our team as well.
Yeah.
In terms of demographics and in particular in terms of ages, which my team won't mind me saying, because we employ school leavers coming in to do their apprenticeship.
Yeah.
We have work experience students from lots of different backgrounds and life experiences, and then we also have team members. I've been in business 15 years. But one of our employees is actually my mum, who has been in the hair and beauty industry for over 50 years, and then brings in a completely different level of experience. So we're a really fun but really passionate team.
Does it get strange you telling your mum what to do? Not to know what to do, but sort of saying, I'm in charge, mum, now. My first salon, it was a partnership with my mum. Yeah. And we are very different but very similar, so we had very clear roles. Yeah. And now she works 1 day a week in the salon, and she actually doesn't want the responsibility of running the business. So if someone comes in and needs, whether it's a supplier or a delivery and they want to speak to the manager, she's very quick to point me out and carry on with her love of hairdressing. And carry on with her love of hairdressing, thank goodness. Well, that's lovely that you get to do it with your mum. You're very passionate about it. Yeah. You both want to help each other. I think that's a lovely sort of thing to have with your mum. Yeah. Because not many people even know their mum, and to have a partnership like that, that's really lovely actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, so why do you think it is important for businesses to create opportunities for everyone?
From a business point of view, I think, and with my business owner hat on, I think it's really important for me to learn and have knowledge of experiences of other people, because that way I can create a business where anybody could be my customer, but also anybody could be my employee. Yeah. I think that's really important. I think from a community point of view, from an engagement point of view, I think it is all really important, because every individual within our community is valued, from my business, is valued the same and equally, and so we need to make sure that we are engaging with everybody. Yeah, exactly. And then I don't have the same lived experience as you or anybody else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're right there. I mean, you don't know who your customer is. You can get Danny from the street, Bob from down the mountain. Yeah. You don't know. It could be Sally from next door.
Absolutely.
You never know who you're going to get. So you should everybody should have space for anyone. Wheelchair users, non-wheelchair users, people with sensory needs, etc. And and everything you've mentioned, not all of that is obvious as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I think being open to having those conversations, and I'm very quick to say, well, actually, I don't have a certain lived experience, and sometimes I do have lived experience that isn't obvious to someone looking at me either. And having those conversations, I think that's why it's really important.
Well, I think we should get some manicures in Snap. Get you and your team over, because I'd like a free manicure. I think I need one. Then I'll find a wife, we'd all be invited to the wedding.
Well, I'm currently bridal hairdresser of the year for Buckinghamshire. So
what does that mean? Can you elaborate on that?
I've won a UK Salon Award to be, thank you very much, but for be bridal hairstylist of the year. So if you do find a wife who has longer hair that would like their hair put up, I can also do that as well.
Is that a free haircut?
I would offer that as an MK, yeah. I'm also do barbering as well. I think that's a conversation for not on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, because I might need a skin fade if you offer them as well. Right, okay, that's brilliant. So some businesses can feel nervous about offering opportunities for people with additional needs. What would you say to them?
That they shouldn't be, quite simply. They shouldn't be nervous about it. They should be open to a conversation, and like the things we've just discussed of being able to say, well, actually, they may not have the same lived experience as somebody else. And that's okay, because that's really great that we're all different, and we all bring different things to the table. And I think that they shouldn't be nervous. There should be things in place for anybody coming in a business for work experience. So we, as I know you're going to go on to talk, we're going to talk about my work with MK Snap. But as a salon environment, we also offer work experience to school, young people still at secondary school, to college students, to individuals that are supported by YMCA that haven't had the benefit of getting work experience. And I think having a plan for those individuals when they come into the salon is really important. So not to think, oh, they're just going to come in, you haven't got a plan, and it's going to be hard work to try and get them to do something. So we always have a work plan for those people, so they get really good experience while they're with us, but also us as a business get support as well. So there might be a project that we've not had time to do, or that one team member might be really interested in, but they might not have support. So if we have an individual come and do work experience with us that's got an interest in photography perhaps, or even window dressing, and we've got retail stock, and it's using those strengths as well. And I think that if individuals that we have had learners from MK Snap, we've had the support of MK Snap as well. So me as a business owner saying that actually sometimes we want to do the best that we can. How can we do that and engage with individuals who have particular needs that we've not worked with before, and then MK Snap are able to support us as well. So they shouldn't be nervous, in my experience.
That's really good. Why was it important for you to work with MK Snap?
Prior to working in hairdressing, I used to work in human resources and recruitment, and one of the first organisations I worked with was with an organisation that supported adults with learning difficulties. And in that environment, it was an office-based environment, and I then worked in other organisations that were corporate that didn't engage with those charities. And I can see the benefits for working with organisations like MK Snap for the learners and support users, but also for us as a business. And even though we're a small organisation, there's only 6 employees, I really felt that we would be able to give value to those individuals that came and did work experience with us, but also they would obviously be able to share their experiences with us if they felt comfortable to. And in that way, I'm really proud to say that I do run a completely inclusive service,
because of the support of the individuals that we've had work experience in our space as well.
That's really good. What was your experience like having one of our learners complete work experience with you and your team?
It was a really positive experience. I had a huge amount of support from MK Snap, and enabled to make sure that we delivered the work experience that the individual wanted, because they had goals of what they wanted to learn while they were with us, and then we also had objectives in terms of we created a job description for that role. So when they came into us as a salon assistant, they had a clear set of objectives as well. So they actively contributed and supported our business and my business the days that they were in salon. What also happened was one of my team members, who is a graduate stylist, so in terms of hairdressing is our most junior qualified hairdresser.
Okay.
They were given the role of line managing and supporting that person, so they got development and training while that individual was in. That was from a business point of view, that was really practical. Whilst the individual was in the salon as well, it had just such a huge positive impact on my clients as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
And they really want to come to a space, all the values that I said that we have as a business.
Yeah, exactly. Bring people along.
That's why they come to us, and they actually saw it in action. Yeah.
That's really good. What difference do you think work experience can make to someone's confidence and future?
I think last year for 2025, HK Hair and Wellness we actually gave 300 hours of work experience in our salon space, and that's like a huge amount over the year for only 6 employees. And we do that because I think it's important. But we do that as well a lot of times because as 10 years ago, a lot of individuals would have had work experience, or young people would have had a part-time job when they were at school. And where retail has changed, a lot of businesses can't take on part-time staff. So sometimes we're finding that a lot of individuals aren't getting into work, and that is just challenging. And actually them having any element of work experience on their CV is really beneficial. And so from a confidence point of view, the fact that we are customer facing, but in quite a small, controlled way, it's not really, it's not as scary. It is scary when first someone comes and we support someone to greet a customer as they come through the door. But after a few days, that becomes very, very natural, and so we see very quickly people's confidence grow. We're customer facing. Our clients really want to engage and chat, but calmly and quietly, and so it's a really nice. I think it has a massive impact on confidence levels in a hopefully really supportive way, but also can then give true work experience on CVs. And then we provide references as well to support someone. If we can't employ them, hopefully it supports them finding future employment.
If I was a manager, I don't think I'll stop talking.
And that's okay too.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's nice for a hairdresser in a way, to even have a chat with someone they don't know.
But then we have some people that come in and actually they might have a really talkative job, or might feel quite anxious, but actually initially we can either have that discussion or you pick up cues from people that it might be that they want to come and have some quiet time, and that because we're a small salon, that's totally okay as well.
Yeah, exactly. As a business owner, what does leadership mean to you? Honestly, say how you feel.
I should have thought that would be a question a bit more, shouldn't I? What does leadership mean to me? Leadership means to me now, having been in business for 15 years, that I am really confident and committed to the values of my business, and they are non-negotiable. If people don't align with our business values, which are my own personal values,
we'll pay for their taxi.
We either don't do business with them, or my business isn't the right place to work. But absolutely.
If someone isn't aligned to your business, they're making a big negative impact to your salon and your customers' lives. And even your own lives and your colleagues' lives.
And that's not what, and running a business is really time consuming and quite stressful.
It must be really stressful. You have children as well.
I do have children as well.
I mean, I'll be stressed, my hair will be gone.
Well, I absolutely do. What I do, I absolutely love though, and I really believe that we are doing the right thing in terms of the hair and beauty industry, in terms of engaging the community. And so leadership to me is really employing the correct individuals that support our business and values. I think from a hair or beauty point of view, we can train everyone within reason with the skills, but they need to have the values. And then really bringing those people along for the ride and developing them.
Do you think kindness and understanding are important qualities in leadership?
I think.
And why?
Sorry, I interrupted you. Yes, I think they're vital. I think they're values that sometimes people see as weakness sometimes if a leader is kind. However, and there's a very balance between being kind and
being delusional.
Yes. I hope I'm not that actually.
No.
I do sometimes have days where I think I might be.
I've come across leaders and they're like very nice, but then they can be very too soft.
Okay.
They're like basically like a doormat.
Okay.
You know, when you get some leaders that are quite good. I mean, like using that a good leader. Steve's a good leader at Snap.
Yeah.
There's many good even like football managers like that, good leaders. Even learners in some learners at Snap are good leaders, and that's probably our course leadership. So.
And absolutely, and I think you don't need to be in a senior role to be a great leader.
No, you could be.
But I think those values are vital. Absolutely.
What challenges have you faced in running their business, and how have you overcome them?
Well, lots of challenges. So, and it's making sure that you learn from them. I would say, and lots, but sometimes you can't control them either. So, for me at the moment, as a small business owner, the main challenges around what the government change in terms of costs and the economy. And as a business, we're quite a luxury business, so we're making sure that those things count. And the biggest challenge was obviously COVID. I was doing that
must have been very hard.
I ran a business that we had to just close. So I think the first 12 months of COVID, we were only allowed to open for about 11 weeks of that.
So were you in the hairdressers industry?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I had downsized, and so I previously owned a larger salon as a partnership with my mum, and then we had our children, and we downsized, and I had a home-based salon for about 4 years. But during that time, then I couldn't work, and also our children were 1, 3, and 5.
Oh, so they were like really young.
They were really little.
Do they even remember COVID?
No, thank goodness. No, they remember when I remind them of the home-based learning activities that we did and school, but they don't thankfully remember the fact that we couldn't leave the house. We didn't bubble with anybody either as a family.
No.
And so so that was obviously a massive challenge, but also it gave me a moment to breathe, I think, in terms of what I really wanted for my business. And a lot of hairdressers particularly didn't come back to the industry after COVID.
A lot of people, not just hairdressers, a lot of people had different businesses.
They did, they just had to do something else.
Went down, or they just had to think outside the box really, because COVID was a big effect on everyone, not just business people at Snap. It was a big effect on everywhere, all over the world.
Absolutely.
But life goes on. I mean,
it does, and I think when we reopened, and I'm now the premises we've been in at the farm, at Furtho Manor Farm, I've been at 5 years now. It was very much a case if I'm going to continue in hairdressing, these are the values, and that's when our key values were created. And how am I going to make this count? And it's going to. This is what I'm going to do, and this is our purpose going forward, and so that's really generated from that moment. So I think sometimes you have really big periods of challenges, and not only little ones daily. I mean, plumbing issues, and the bins not being collected, and all that kind of stuff is sort of a daily thing. But with the big things, so if sometimes that causes a crossroads, and you just got to make sure you get you do the better possible option you can for long term.
No, definitely. Have there been any moments where you've had to be resilient or adapt?
Always. I think pretty much every day.
No, that's all I know.
I think yes, and I think there's lots of occasions, particularly when you're in a customer-facing role, you do need to be resilient because my customers come in. I might have had a really big challenge from a business point of view, from a family point of view, and for me as the business owner, I still need to show up and support my team first of all.
Personal stuff behind you.
And sometimes that is appropriate. And sometimes, and I would say that to my team, if they do need support and they do confide in me, which I'm very grateful of, I'm not the person that will say they've just got to come in and put their game face on. That's not the right thing for the employee. And because I also am a hairdresser, we can then support together. Lots of things, lots of times, and I constantly adapt. The industry is adapting. What the government is changing, we need to adapt to. But also, every probably couple of hours, I have a really good idea of what things we want to do as a business, and then we have to pivot and adapt to that as well.
Why do you think it's important to have young people be given opportunities early on?
I think really what we were talking about with what I said about with getting work experience, particularly, and at time, so 20 plus years ago when I got my first job, I was about 15, and I've always had a job of customer facing job of very, whether it's a reception desk or something, and that's been really vital in being able to handle different requests and have a customer thing. But I also think for a lot of young people, they don't always have the adults in their lives. Like you were saying about how lucky I am to have my mum, which I really do. I do appreciate that not everybody has either a supportive family or an adult in their life, or a teacher that may be able to really see something in them or support them with their dream or just something they want to achieve. And so I think that's really important, and if that means that that's us as a business for that little period of time, then that means we've made a difference.
What advice would you give to people who may lack confidence or feel nervous about work?
I think any change, I think if you haven't been in work and then suddenly you are about to start work, I think any change in your life is people are nervous about. That's completely understandable. It's a natural reaction, whether that's changing school, whether that anything like that. I would say if you have got adults or other people or peers in your life that have done that thing before, speak to them about it. Or if new employers, if they were going to an employer and they've got a query, I think lots of businesses would want to be able to resolve those queries before someone starts. So to make sure that you've got your line manager or a mentor to make sure that they are able to do that. And there's also other great organisations that are able to support as well.
What qualities do you look for in people joining your team? I know you've touched a little bit on it, but values. I think empathy in our job is and having patience. Yeah, because if someone has a bad haircut, you can't really say, don't really like your haircut.
No, we do have quite a few people that come in that have been to other places that. And we need to. Being impartial is really important. Definitely. Someone that's willing to work as a team. And support each other, and to learn. And so even personally, I still am constantly learning. We talked about my mum being in the industry many decades. She attends all of our in-salon training still, is very passionate about that. Absolutely. And the industry isn't standing still. And also work environments change, and when we hear about, I'm not sure if it's Apple or Amazon, one of their head offices, they've got slides and accessible swings and all that. I mean, that would be my dream in our salon space. So thinking about making sure that we're always progressing and moving forward.
That's really good.
It's important.
How can business become more inclusive, simple, practical, simple practical ways?
I think the first thing would be to speak to organisations like SNAP.
Yeah.
So, who are very, very willing to engage, and I know I'm saying that in an office at SNAP.
No, but you're right. I mean, everyone I've interviewed have always said good things about SNAP.
Yeah.
Really, it's a real credit to all the staff we have at SNAP. The director we have at SNAP comes after more podcasts. But no, you're really right.
And knowing that you're not going to be an expert, even if someone has accessible needs. So personally, I have total deafness in one side.
Yeah.
Now I then wouldn't assume that I have done everything in the salon to support somebody with partial deafness, because my experience is different to somebody else's experience. And so it's making sure that we engage with those organisations. Similarly, I have, so we are, in part of our inclusivity as a business, we offer one-on-one appointments to Muslim and Islamic women that wear a hijab.
Yeah.
I don't have that lived experience.
No.
And so it's making sure that in an appropriate and kind and empathetic way, that I'm reaching out to those people and saying, okay, I don't have lived experience. We know that there's a lack in service in Milton Keynes for that. How can we help make that possible? And so I think that's really important.
And do you get those customers that use that?
We do,
so,
we do. Yeah.
What have you learned personally from working with different people and backgrounds?
So much. I'm really lucky that I do come from a very diverse and inclusive background myself, and my household, with my husband and children and extended family, we have many nationalities, ethnicities and religions just within our bubble, and what I know is the value in that, because we all bring something different.
Yeah, that's really good.
And so what have I learned? Everything, and that there is so much joy in that, and seeing an individual progress and develop at their own rate based on their own goals, whatever that looks like, is incredibly privileged to see that.
Yeah. What would you say to other business owners about working with organisations like SNAP?
That it is so much easier than they think it's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like that's what the big worry is about business owners. They don't want to take that risk. And they won't. Well, you don't take the risk, you won't get the risk. You won't get the reward.
Absolutely.
And that's the struggles we have with, obviously. Or I don't know a lot because I don't get really involved. But I know that I've heard some people say, "Well, I'm not sure. I don't know." But I don't know. But no, really, if they were to come through Snap, you get that instant feeling where Snap's really special and it's a good place.
It's an incredibly special place, and I feel very lucky that I get to spend time here. And even from, in particular, from having a tour around the space that you don't get to see from the cafe, I took away a lot of learning opportunities for my own business, for the way that things have run and the experiences that I've had engaging with SNAP's learners. So basically they need to speak to someone at the reception desk and book an appointment and come and speak to someone about how they can engage and support.
Yeah. If listeners remember if listeners remember one thing in today's conversation, what would you want it to be? So you could tell listeners one thing that you've mentioned, and you wanted to remember it, what would it be?
That's a really big one, just to pick one thing. But I think that each individual person has an incredible amount of valuable knowledge, whatever that looks like, that is useful to a business owner or anybody, and that we're all, everyone being able to, an inclusive and accessible environment is vital, and a diverse community is really important.
Yeah, amen. Finally, what message of encouragement would you give to young people listening today?
I think that there are businesses and employers and other adults and carers that do want to support them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it doesn't feel like that, and
no,
I know
it does, because there's not enough sort of research about it.
No, and it doesn't feel like that. But there are some, and there are that we understand that. You know, I remember being a teenager and a young person. It feels like a long time ago. It was, and it's not very easy.
No.
And then trying to get a job in this current working environment, and with the government changes and lots of things going on, even within Milton Keynes, it's not very easy. But there are people that are willing to either, even if we can't employ them because of the budget, that we could help them with some work experience or even some guidance, or if someone's wanting to start a business rather, that there are people out there that really do want to support community efforts to progress.
Yeah. We'd like to have our own business one day, so if you any offering any tips, I'll be here to listen.
Oh, that's it. Let's see. Then that's the conversation. It's making sure someone will listen, but absolutely, totally do that.
Well, thank you for today. Thank you for everyone listening. Thanks to have Hannah again.
Thank you so much, Jack, for having me. I really appreciate it.
We'll see you soon. Goodbye.